Hey everybody, it's Lon.TV, and we're back once again with the Nokia Steel HR. This is a fitness tracking watch that has these really attractive analog dials on it, but also integrates some digital features as well. And in addition to tracking your steps, it can also monitor your heart rate, so you can get an idea as to how vigorous your workouts are, for example. And Nokia reached out to me to see if I might want to do a deeper dive into some features that I did not cover in my initial review that kind of go beyond the basic operation of the watch. And I said, sure, let's take a look at some of those things. So they sponsored this video. We're going to be looking at some alternative watch bands you can get for it, along with some software features that you may not know about. So we're going to look at all of that here in just a second. But I do want to let you know, in the interest of full disclosure, this is a paid sponsorship from Nokia. They will be reviewing this content before it is uploaded, but all the opinions you're about to hear are my own. So let's get into it now and start off with those watch bands. Now, if you recall, in my original review, I wasn't all that crazy about the silicone watch band that mine came with. So Nokia sent along another wristband for me to check out. This is their official leather wristband, this one for the 40mm watch. And these watches, though, use a standard spring bar mechanism. So all you have to do to change out the wristband is just pull in that little thing there, take this wristband off, and put on another one. So you can use the official wristbands. They've got a number of them for both the 40mm and the 36mm. The smaller watch does have a few more available, so you can see some of those up on the Nokia Health website, including some woven designs to integrate leather in a bunch of different colors. So the women have a few more options available to choose from on the official wristband side. But because these are using standard spring bar mechanisms, you can go out to Amazon or other watch stores and get some other ones too. So I picked up this link band here for about $20 or so on Amazon. Looks really nice on that watch. It really matches up nicely with the stainless steel of it, so I was really pleased with how that one looked. And I also bought a lighter colored wristband on Amazon as well for, again, about $20 or so. That I think complements the watch quite nicely. So you can dress up or dress down the watch as you see fit, and you have a ton of options because, again, this is a standard spring bar mechanism on here. Now, if you have the 40mm watch like I do, you'll want to look for a 20mm spring bar wristband to pair up with your watch. And if you have the 36mm watch, you're going to want to get an 18mm spring bar for that particular model. Now, the next thing I want to step into are the notifications. This was something we didn't cover in the initial review. So I'm going to go over here and tap on Devices, and that will bring us over to our Steel HR screen here. And if I go over to notifications on this list, I can enable these things, and I can have it give me a notification every time I get a message, an incoming call, or a calendar reminder. So I'm going to turn all of those on. And now that those are enabled, let's take a look and see what happens when I get a text message on my phone. All right, so let's begin with a text message. I'm going to send a message to my phone, and when my phone gets the message, the watch will also display a notification here to let me know that I got an incoming text message. And in this case, it tells me who is texting. You don't see the message, but you know who texted you, so you can decide whether or not to take out your phone to answer the text message. Likewise, when you get a phone call, you will also see a similar screen appear on the watch. You'll get a little bump of its vibration motor there, and then you'll also get to see who is calling you when they do. So not quite a smartwatch functionality in that you can't interact with the watch to get a message back to somebody, but you do have an idea as to who's trying to contact you to decide whether or not it's worth taking your phone out to actually answer the call. Now, of course, your phone and the watch do need to be within range of each other for this to work, but generally, if you are doing a workout with the phone in your pocket or something, you'll again know who is trying to reach you. Now, one little tip here is that when you set up those notifications here, you may want to go back and just refresh your front screen so that the phone will sync the settings back to the watch. Sometimes I found it doesn't always go back right away after you make the settings. So if you do a quick sync here, that's usually enough to push the new settings over to the watch. Now, one of the features we covered in the original review was sleep tracking. The watch has battery life that usually goes for close to a month between charges, so you can wear it at night and have it monitor your sleep patterns. And they have an alarm feature that works with that technology to find the right time to wake you up in the mornings. Let's take a look at that real quick. So I'm going to go back to our app here. I'm going to go down to Devices at the bottom of the screen, and I'm going to go over here to the alarm feature, and let's dive a little deeper into that now. So I'm going to turn on the alarm, And the other thing I'm going to do here is tap on the time that I wish to wake up. So right now it's set for 7:40 a.m. And if I don't do anything, that will just tap me at 7:40 a.m. the same time every day, or I can turn it off on the weekends perhaps. Now, if I go into this screen here, you can see right now there's a little thing here that says Smart Wake Up. And if I take this little thing and maybe drag it up to a 30-minute window here, what's going to happen is it's going to find the right time to wake me up between 7:10 a.m. and 7:40 a.m. based on what it's seeing with my sleep pattern. So if it sees that I'm starting to move a little bit around 7:15, it'll start nudging me to wake up before I go back into a deeper sleep and then feel all lousy getting my alarm up at 7:40 a.m. when maybe I went back into another deep sleep cycle. So it's able to kind of monitor how you are sleeping and find the right time to wake you up so you feel the most rested when that alarm finally goes off. So you do have a window of time that you can set. You can set these windows up to an hour in length here, and you can, of course, move it to different points of the day here to find the right time to get up. So if it's finding that I'm just dead asleep here at 7:45 a.m., for example, it will finally wake me up at that time. But what it's going to do is look for when I start moving around a little bit to find the most comfortable time to wake me up. Now, one thing I've discovered with health goals is that sometimes a little friendly competition can be really helpful. And inside the app here, there's an option for programs. And if you click on that, you'll see an option for the leaderboard. Now, I set mine up already, and I challenged my wife to a 7-day fitness challenge to see who can get the most steps. And you can see she's already killing me in this one. But what's cool about this is that my wife doesn't have a Nokia product to track her steps. She's using something else, but we both have iPhones that work with the Apple Health API, and the Nokia Health app here connects with that. So we're able to collect step data from different products and compare that data here in the app. And likewise, if I invited my father into this competition, you can have multiple people in here beyond just two. He's using an Android phone, but because the Nokia Health app works with the Android Health API, his data would show up here as well. So if you're trying to challenge friends to some fitness challenge across different platforms, you can do it here through the app, irrespective of whether or not they actually own a Nokia product. So I thought that was kind of useful. There's some other things they have in this program section also. So they have some wellness programs that integrate data from other Nokia products. Here's one called Healthier Heart. And we looked at that blood pressure monitor in my last Nokia Health video. And what this will do is remind you to take a blood pressure reading every day, actually twice a day. And it'll send a little notification to remind you. And then after a couple of days, it'll give you some recommendations as to how your heart is looking throughout the week. So they have these very specialized things that really guide you to better understand your personal health based on data that you collect from some of these Nokia devices. Here's one called Sleep Smarter, where it looks at your sleep and gives you some recommendations as to how you might be able to improve it. And that's something that you can use with your Nokia watch here. So lots of cool stuff that you can do with this just beyond the basics. And I really like how they have really spent some time on this app to make this stuff relevant and helping people make sense of it all too, which is sometimes something we don't always see with all this health data we're collecting about ourselves. So that is a follow-up here on the Nokia Steel HR. Lots of cool stuff to try with it, and let me know what you thought down in the comments below. I want to thank Nokia Health for their support of the channel. That'll do it for this one. This is Lon.TV. Thanks for watching.
This channel is brought to you by the Lon.TV supporters, including gold-level supporters of the Black Eyed and Blues Music Hour podcast: Chris Allegretta, Gerard Newberg, and Kalyan Kumar. If you want to help the channel, you can by contributing as little as $1 a month. Head over to lon.tv/support to learn more. And don't forget to subscribe. Visit lon.tv/s.